Good morning. Did you sleep well? Darling? Are you hungry? You must be. It's fine if you aren't too, though. If you don't feel like eating right now, that's perfectly fine. As long as you eat something, eventually. I was honestly kind of scared you would be hungry. I'm not too sure what to make since I haven't thought that far ahead, so I'm glad I have a bit of time to think about it. You've been asleep for such a long time. I'm sorry. I could have used a less potent drug, but I'm honestly sort of weak, so I couldn't know how long it would take for me to carry you up here. It was such a pain having to chain you up. It was awkward buying them, too. The only ones I had were rusting in the garden shed, and the guy who rang me up kept trying to talk to me. He asked me what I needed so many chains for. I couldn't really think of something a normal person would say, so I told him I was running an errand for my older brother. I don't have an older brother, but I feel a little bit bad about making him seem like a freak who sends his cute little sister out to buy chains, even if he doesn't really exist. He did call me cute, so I'm not just saying that. The guy at the store, I mean. Maybe that was why he took so long. I didn't find him attractive in the slightest, so it was mostly just uncomfortable. Some people really need to learn to read the room, don't you think? I'm not doing a good job at that either. Is that what you're thinking? No, you're probably thinking something more along the lines of, I'm scared, or I want to go home. Who cares? Let me out of here would still be a little more accurate. Are you even following the conversation here? In any other situation, that'd be really rude, you know. But you've been doing such a good job of holding back those tears for me. I can't be mad at you. You look so cute when you're trying not to cry. It's fine, though. You don't have to do that. You can cry and struggle as much as you want if it'll make you feel better. That's why I opted for chains over ropes. If you started thrashing around and I'd used ropes, the friction might burn you. Shackles like these are much more effective anyway, though a little cold, I admit. Tell me, why didn't you cry when you first saw me? Did you think it would hurt my feelings? Were you worried about me? Even if it's hard to say, could it be possible that you really do love me? Somewhere in there, deep, deep down, you weren't just scared I'd hurt you, right? Tell me you weren't, please, just... Hey, you recognize me, yeah? You used to come to all my shows up till a few weeks ago. I got really worried. I wanted to call you, but I realized I didn't actually know your number. I didn't know your name either. The third time I didn't see you in the crowd, I started feeling horribly sick and went home during the intermission without telling anyone. I texted everyone later, though. Told them I just couldn't do it today and I'd be back tomorrow. I said I really didn't feel good. I also said it wouldn't happen again. I wasn't lying, but I ended up not coming back at all for a while. When I finally left my house for the first time in days to go get something to eat, I saw you again. I didn't eat anything that day. I ended up following you home, finding a place to hide, and just taking in the atmosphere. I felt like I knew you a little better, even though we never actually spoke. I looked up your address on the deep web, but all I could find was your last name. The rest was paywalled. After a while, just sitting outside your house didn't really do it for me anymore. So I'm sure you knew what happened next. Are you mad? You're the one who loved me like this, asshole. Take responsibility. I'm sorry, honey. I know I said I wasn't gonna get mad. I'm not mad. I'm certainly not mad at you. I was just getting a little frustrated. That's no excuse. I don't have an excuse. I'm so sorry. I love you. I love you. I love you. I really love you. What am I doing? It's totally pathetic. doing this. I can't, but seriously, this is... Do you remember when I said the guy at the store called me cute and I hated it? On the way home to set everything up, I thought about why I was buying those chains. If I really thought that kidnapping you and bringing you here would make you happy, I probably wouldn't have bought them. If I genuinely thought that this was the grand gesture of affection that would bring you back to me, I wouldn't have bought those chains. And if that guy who called me cute did the exact same thing, I'd think he was a freak, wouldn't I? I wouldn't think it was sweet or romantic. I would start crying and pray to God he wouldn't hit me for it. But I did it to you. That makes me a hypocrite. I am a hypocrite, and I choose to pretend that I'm not. I choose to pretend that you love me because maybe one day if I pretend enough, you will. I'll go get you something to eat. Idle or ASMR does not pay my ass enough. Oh God.